Movement pattern tests the patient's preferred movement strategies when they are doing a certain exercise. So what muscles fire first. I'm going to be showing you how to do 3 movement pattern tests. So I'm going to do the hip extension, the hip adduction, and the trunk curl up movement. Guidelines when performing the test. First of all, you want to visualize the whole body. Second, you want minimal verbal cues. So you don't want to cue your patient while they're performing the test. You should not touch patient at all. And make sure the patient is doing the movement slowly for 3 times. So the first test we're going to do is the hip extension pattern, movement pattern. So you're going to get your client to lay face down, so prone on a table with their feet hanging off a little bit. And so you want their head in neutral position, their arms beside them. And this assesses, again, the preferred movement recruitment patterns. And so the movement patterns that you want to see are firing, that your hamstring fires first, then your glutes, and then your spinal extensors. You want to get your client to lift their leg towards the ceiling, slowly and controlled. And you can go whenever. Let's not fire them out. Okay, so try this one out. The findings I found for Michelle were her right leg. It was her spinal extensors that fire first, then her hamstrings, then her glutes. And then on the left leg, it was her hamstrings that fired first, her glutes, and then her spinal extensors. The hip adduction test provides direct information about the quality of the lateral musculature, pelvic brace, and indirect information about the stabilization of the pelvis in the frontal plane during gait. So the test is performed while your patient is laying on their side with their bottom leg flexed and their top leg in neutral position and in line with the trunk. The prime movers of the hip abduction test are the gluteus medius, gluteus minimus, and TFL. The QL, the quadratus lumborum, the abdominal muscles, or the stabilization. Okay, you can go. I'll go up that high, over here. Okay, you can show this out. The findings I found from the hip abduction test is on the both right and left, she had no gluteus maximus or medius. She had all TFL as the prime mover, and she had a little bit of hip hike, so either her QL was kicking in. So next is the trunk curl up movement pattern test. So this assesses the abdominal muscle contracts and shortens and the flexing of the spine. And the trunk curl up test estimates the interplay between the iliopsoas and the abdominal muscles. So the patient is lying face up with their knees flexed in a sit-up position, placing their hands on their thighs. And their client's gonna curl up, starting with the neck, and you're gonna curl up till the hands go just over top of the knees, and then you're gonna come back down. What's that word? I don't know. So the findings I found for Michelle's trunk curl up test was the heels pressure was detected before the end of the curl up, so her feet lifted off my hands. So the test is positive, which indicates she has dominant hip flexors over the abdominal muscles.